Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I am sharing my screen also. Please let me know whether it is visible to you or not.
Yes, ma'am, it is
Yes, ma'am.
visible.
Thank you. Okay. So let us first recall the things which we have considered in the last class. Actually, we have started with the numerical integration, for which suppose you are given any function and we want to find out area under the curve. At that time, first we have approximated it with the rectangle. That means given interval is a to b, corresponding function value, this one will be f of a, and here it will be f of b, right, somewhere over here. Then we have approximated function dx as, from the rectangle rule, it is h times f of a प्लस एफ ऑफ बी अप टू, अगर पार्टीशंस लेते हैं x0 x1 x2 xn, तो दिस इज f of x0 plus up to plus we will go up to n minus 1th point, right? That is what the rectangle rule we have considered in the last class, where the last point will not be included, right? If you remember, here we have derived the, yeah, this is the beginning of the lecture, in which this is what the composite rectangle rule, where this last point is function value at n minus 1th coordinate, right? So last point is actually xn, which is not included in the rectangle rule that we have seen yesterday, right? Then we have approximated this with the trapezoid as well. In that case, the given integral will be approximated as h and corresponding function value f of a, f of b, and its average value b by 2. So it is h by 2 f of a plus f of b, and when you consider intermediate values, it is approximated as h by 2 sum of extreme values plus twice remaining values. That is what we have seen when you consider the partitions x0, x1, x2 and so on. This last is xn. These are the partitions, or we can say subintervals of the length h we have considered, right? After this, we have considered actually, so next our target is to approximate this function via this kind of parabola in the subintervals, right? So for that we have considered the numerical quadrature formula, that is using Newton's forward interpolation formula. Suppose this n plus 1 data points you are given, then we can always approximate function via nth degree polynomial, which is we have used as Newton's forward interpolation formula. Therefore, integral will become by a transformation as this one. This is the last obtained expression, which is called the Newton's quadrature formula, right? And from this one, I have told you that when you consider n is equal to 1, it will give you trapezoidal rule. When you consider n is equal to 2, it will give you Simpson's 1/3 rule, and n is equal to 3 will give you Simpson's 3/8 rule. Simpson's 3/8 rule. So today we are going to derive all these three rules from the numerical quadrature formula, right? And then we will consider example based on this one. From the geometrical way, this rectangle rule and trapezoidal rule is clear. In the Simpson's 3/8 rule, three nodes, suppose this interval a to b is given, then we will consider for the trapezoidal rule average of this or midpoint of this, that is a plus b by 2 and corresponding. So three nodes are considered, therefore it is called 1/3 rule. So how it is obtained? So for that we will consider one by one cases. So first case we will consider over here, that is n is equal to 1. N is equal to 1 means our function will be approximated as polynomial of degree 1, and polynomial of degree 1 will represent a straight line. So general straight line equation, I will write it as ax plus b, where a has to be not equal to 0, because if a is 0, this will be b, that is a constant polynomial, right, which is not of our use. So here we will consider the first case, n is equal to 1, which will give you the trapezoidal rule. So though we have derived it geometrically yesterday, today we will derive it from the numerical quadrature formula first. Okay. So in this case, we will, here in this expression, we will consider n is equal to 1. So when we consider n is equal to 1, n plus 1 data you are given means n is 1, that means n plus 1 is 2, right? So when 2 data points we are given, that means, two data points means x0, x1 we are given, corresponding y0, y1 will have. In that case, when you construct the table of forward differences, you will have this point, that is difference of y1 minus y0 as the first entry, and delta 2, delta 3 onwards will be 0, because n is equal to 1. हमने आपको अगर याद हो इंटरपोलेशन में, तो n plus 1 डेटा दिया हुआ होता है, तो जब आप पॉलिनोमियल ऑफ डिग्री n लेते हो, तो उस केस में n plus 1th order forward differences will be 0, right? So in our case, n is equal to 1, so delta 2, delta 3 all will become 0. So in this expression, from this term, entire infinite terms will be 0. So our use is only first two terms, in which we have to substitute n is equal to 1, right? So let us consider the first case, that is for the interval x0 to x1. I am right now evaluating it trapezoidal rule for the first sub-interval, that is x0 to x1. This is A, x0, x1. Partitions we have already considered, this will be B. So right now I am evaluating trapezoidal rule for the first sub-interval only. So in this case, x0 to x1, f of x dx, so it will be approximated by Newton's quadrature formula, this one. So h, n is 1, so y0 plus delta y0, 1 by 2. Remaining terms will be 0. So it is h y0 plus 1 by 2 delta y0. All other terms will be 0, because since we have considered n is equal to 1. So 1 by 1, if we consider the simplification, what is delta y0? What is delta y0?
y1 minus y.
Very good. It is y1 minus y0. So substituting that value, y1 minus y0. So simplification, if you see, so y0 plus it is 1 by 2 y1 minus 1 by 2 y0. So by taking LCM 2, h by 2 I can consider common. This is y0 minus 1 by 2 y0. So y0 by 2, 2 I have already considered common. So it is y0 minus, plus 1 by 2 y1. 1 by 2 we have considered common. So it is this one. That means corresponding to this we are given y0 value, and corresponding to this we are given y1 value. So what is the first subinterval as you are getting? So h by 2 sum of extreme values, sum of function extreme values जो मिल रही है आपको y0 और y1 की, तो ये आपको मिला फर्स्ट सब इंटरवल का ट्रेपेजॉइडल रूल, जो मैंने यहाँ पर लिखा है, दिस वन. ए आपका एक्सट्रीम वैल्यू था, बी आपका एक्सट्रीम वैल्यू था, और h by 2. Similarly, for the first sub interval x0 to x1, it is y0, y1 and h by 2, right? So similarly, we can compute the other sub intervals as well. That means next sub interval जब भी लेंगे x1 to x2, f of x dx, then now you can predict instead of y0 here we have to consider the corresponding value as y1. y0 की जगह यहाँ पर आ जाएगा y1 क्योंकि आपका इंटरवल जो है वो x1 to x2 हो रहा है। x0 to x1 था तो y0 वैल्यू आया, तो now when it is x1 to x2 y values will be replaced by y1. So in this case it is h y1 plus 1 by 2 delta y1, and therefore h y1 plus 1 by 2 delta y1 will be y2 minus y1. So it will be given as simplified version will be given as y1 plus y2. मीन्स आप देख सकते हो हर एक बार ये पहला सब इंटरवल लिया, दूसरा सब इंटरवल लिया, तो करस्पॉन्डिंग upper and lower limit of the integration if you see, then its expression is given by h by 2 is common for all subintervals. Second thing, if you observe, we have to consider sum of extreme values as in this bracket. This is the corresponding y value, that is y1 and y2 for this upper and lower limit of integration. So y1 plus y2. So in general, if I write the last subinterval, that is xn minus 1 to xn f of x dx, you tell me what will be the approximate answer of this one using trapezoidal rule. What it will be?
मैम फाइनल आंसर?
हाँ जी,
फाइनल आंसर?
हाँ फाइनल आंसर बताओ, प्रिडिक्ट कर सकते हो, हमें उसमें सब्स्टिट्यूट करने की जरूरत नहीं है।
h/2
h/2
yn minus 1 plus y of n.
Yes, yn minus 1 plus yn, right? Corresponding जो upper and lower limit है उसकी y values you have to take. So now we want to find out the composite trapezoidal rule. Composite trapezoidal rule means it is a composite rule applied to each subinterval. Trapezoidal rule applied to each subinterval. That means our interval is a to b, which is splitted as, actually this is nothing but x0 and this is xn, and we have splitted it as x0 to x1, x1 to x2 plus up to plus xn minus 1 to xn f of x dx. So let us substitute these values from the derived expression from the numerical quadrature formula. So for the each term you can see that h by 2, h by 2, h by 2 is common. So I will write h by 2 common. Then y0 occurred once, that is the initial value. Yn is also occurring once because it is the extreme last value. So I will just write y0 and yn plus, if you observe, other terms are occurring with 2 as a multiple. So y1 occurring twice. When you consider the next subinterval x2 to x3, it will have the answer y2 plus y3. So you can see that y2 occurred twice. Similarly, y3 occurred twice. The last expression yn minus 1 will also occur twice. So here it is y1 plus y2 plus up to plus कहाँ तक जाएगा, तो it will go up to second last term. So this is nothing but h by 2, in our notation sum of extreme values plus twice sum of remaining values, which is nothing but the trapezoidal rule we have derived yesterday. Yesterday we have derived this, and today we have derived it with the numerical quadrature formula. So this is called the composite trapezoidal rule. You have to remember this formula for the example purpose. Okay, this is what the trapezoidal rule. So next, all of you have a clear-cut idea about this trapezoidal rule? Yes or no? Please raise your hand if you are agree with this. fine. Okay. So let us consider now the next case, case 2, that is Simpson's 1/3 rule. Okay. Case 2, in which we will consider n is equal to 2. N is equal to 2 means polynomial f of x will be approximated by quadratic polynomial p2x. Quadratic polynomial means standard form will be ax square plus bx plus c, where a has to be not equal to 0, a, b, c all are real numbers, right? So in this case n is equal to 2 if we consider. So given interval is a to b, for our choice this is x0, this is xn. n is equal to 2. So when we consider the first sub, क्या करेंगे हम लोग पहले सिम्पसन्स 1/3 रूल जो है वो अप्लाई करेंगे फॉर ईच सब इंटरवल्स, and then we will composite all this sub intervals value, so we will have composite Simpson's 1/3 rule. So first of all, for this first sub interval we want to derive the Simpson's 1/3 rule. So n is equal to 2 we have taken, that means total number of data points we have as n plus 1. याद है ना आप लोगों को, fx अगर pnx से अप्रोक्सीमेट होता है तो total number of data points you are given n plus 1. So here since n is equal to 2, that means n plus 1 is 3. That means right now we will require 3 data points. That means the first one is x0, next one is x1 and x2. So now our subinterval will be consisting of x0 to x2. That is the points, 3 points x0, x1, x2, where x1 is the midpoint of x0 and x2, right? So for this first subinterval x0 to x2, we will derive the corresponding numerical integration of f of x, and then we will composite it for all other values, and that we have to derive from this numerical quadrature formula by substituting n as 2, right? So when we consider n is 2, तो in that case p2x ले रहे हैं तो कौन सा फॉरवर्ड डिफरेंसेस ऑर्डर ऑनवर्ड 0 हो जाएगा? कौन सा ऑनवर्ड 0 हो जाएगा? ये x0 है, ये x1 है, x2 है, उसके करस्पॉन्डिंग y0, y1, y2 है. तो फर्स्ट डेल्टा कंप्यूट करोगे तो यहाँ मिडल में आएगा, डेल्टा 2 कंप्यूट करोगे तो यहाँ लास्ट पॉइंट कांस्टेंट क्वांटिटी आ जाएगी, तो डेल्टा 3 ऑनवर्ड्स इट विल बी 0. तो n इज इक्वल टू p2 लेते हैं तो 3 डेल्टा 3 ऑनवर्ड्स विल बी 0, मीन्स इन दिस केस this quantity will be 0, other quantities will be also 0. So we are now concerned with first 3 terms of this expression only, in which we have to consider n as 3, right? So in this case n as 2. So this is 2y0, 2 square by 2, that is 2 delta y0 plus delta 2 y0 by 2, 2 cube, that is 8 by 3 minus 2, and all other remaining terms will be 0. So in this case h 2y0 plus delta y0 into n square by 2, so 2 square by 2, that is 2, plus n cube by 3 minus n square by 2 delta 2y0, other terms will be 0. So in this case, let us simplify this quantity. So it is h 2y0 plus 2 delta y0 is y1 minus y0. So simplification is this one, plus 8 by 3 minus 2. So it is 8 minus 6 by 3. So it is 2 by 3. I forgot to write here delta here. Delta square y0 by 2. I forgot to write this one. So by 2. So simplification of this will be 2 by 3, and that 2 gets cancelled. So it is 1 by 3 delta y0. Okay, delta 2y0. But what is delta 2y0? So it is same as delta of delta y0. Delta y0 is nothing but y1 minus y0. That means delta y1 minus delta y0. Delta y1 is, what is delta y1?
y0 minus y1.
Sorry, pardon?
y0 minus
y1
y1.
minus
I am asking delta y1, huh?
y2 minus.
Yes, it is y2 minus y1 minus delta y0 is y1 minus y0 because of negative sign. So this is y2 minus 2y1 plus y0, right? So let us substitute this. 2y0 gets cancelled. So this is 2y1 plus 1 by 3 y2 minus 2y1 plus y0. So if you simplify this, let me write first the term containing y0. So 1 by 3 y0 now terms with y1. So it is 2 plus and this minus sign. So 2 minus 2 by 3 y1. So it is actually plus 4 by 3 y1 plus 1 by 3 y2. So 1 by 3 I can consider common. So this is h by 3 y0 plus 4 y1 plus y2. Right? This you can write separately. So if you observe this expression, the first interval x0 to x2 we have considered. x0 के corresponding value, lower limit के corresponding value y0, upper limit के corresponding value y2. So in the expression h by 3 is constant, y0 and y2 as the sum of extreme values, whereas the middle part, midpoint of this, that means corresponding y1 value is multiplied with the 4. So when I consider the next subinterval, again I have to consider n is equal to 2. So in this case, our next subinterval will be, this is x3 and x4. So n is equal to 2. So I have to consider subinterval of length 2. So therefore x2 to x4. So when I evaluate x2 to x4, function will be approximated from the numerical quadrature formula as h by 3 will remain constant. x0 to x2 था, तो first value is y0. Here it is x2 to x4. तो this will be y2 plus यहाँ पर आएगा y4, क्योंकि upper part x2 था तो उसके corresponding y value that is y2. Here upper limit of the integration is x4, तो y value is y4 and 4 times middle part of it, that means x2 or x3, 4 का middle part will be x3 and corresponding to it y value is y3. So it is 4y3, right? So in general, the last sub interval if you consider, means ये xn है, उसके preceding number आएगा xn minus 1, उसके preceding number आएगा xn minus 2. तो last sub interval will be this one, that is it is xn minus 2 to xn. F of x dx will be approximated as, you tell me what should I write over here?
yn minus 2
Yn minus 2, very good.
plus 4 yn minus 1
Very good.
plus yn.
Yn, right? So this is called the Simpson's 1/3 rule, जो आपने सारे सब इंटरवल्स पे अप्लाई किया. तो now what will be the composite Simpson's 1/3 rule? तो x0 which is a, xn which is b, f of x dx will be same as x0 to x2. यहाँ पर हमने सब इंटरवल्स जो है वो 2 की लेंथ में लिए हैं because n is equal to 2. तो x2 to x4 plus up to plus xn minus 2 to xn f of x dx. तो दिस इज अप्रोक्सीमेटेड एज h/3। अगर आप देखोगे तो सब में कॉमन है h/3 for the each sub intervals. Then if you observe y0 occurred once and yn occurred once. So I will write it as y0 plus yn plus, let us now consider the coefficients of 4, means constant quantity 4, तो यहाँ पे y1 आया, 4 है तो y3 आया, means middle part जो आपका remaining values में means odd suffixes y की values में जो मिल रहे हैं that is with the multiple 4. So I can write here 4 odd numbers, that is y1, y3. अगर next sub interval आप लेते हो तो x4 to x6, जिसमें 5 will be the middle point x5, तो corresponding y5 आएगा, तो all this will be with the multiple of 4 up to yn minus 1, ये last expression में. And then the remaining values if you see y2, so this is occurred here and in this expression also. Similarly y4, ये जो है next expression अगर आप लिखते हो x4 से x6 का, तो क्या मिलेगा? it is h/3 y4 plus 4 y5 plus y6, तो y4 again occur twice, similarly y6 occur twice, तो n minus 2 तक जो भी जाएगा that occur twice, तो y2 then y4 plus up to plus yn minus 2. This is called the Simpson's 1/3 rule. In our notation, if we write sum of extreme values plus 4 sum of odd suffixes y values plus twice remaining values. So this is called composite Simpson's 1/3 rule. 1/3 because h is a multiple of 1/3, और 1/3 क्यों कहते हैं? क्योंकि हर एक सब इंटरवल में जो आपने लिया हुआ है यहाँ पर 3 नोट्स यू हैव टेकन फॉर द ईच सब इंटरवल, फिर ये सब इंटरवल के लिए x2 x3 x4 सिमिलरली, राइट? So that's why this is called the Simpson's 1/3 rule. From this one, I hope that you have a clear-cut idea about this Simpson's 1/3 rule. Right? Anyone having any doubt regarding this method? No. Okay. If anyone having any doubt, they can raise their query by unmuting yourself. If not, then I will move forward for the last rule, that is Simpson's 3/8 rule. So case 3, n is equal to, यहाँ पर 2 लिया था, we have to consider n is equal to 3. That means function will be approximated by cubic polynomial p3x, that is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a is not equal to 0, a, b, c, d all are real numbers. In this case, if we want to derive the Simpson's 3/8 rule in this expression, we have to substitute n is equal to 3. And when you substitute n is equal to 3, forward differences of order 4 onwards will be 0. Means we have to compute first 4 terms, right? In this, when we consider n is equal to 3, the computations are somehow tedious, so I am directly giving you the formula for this, but you have to consider one thing. So suppose we are given interval x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6 and so on. The last point is xn, suppose, which is b. So since we have considered n is equal to 3, data points you are given n plus 1 as 4. Required data points has to be 4. That means x0, x1, x2 and x3. That means the first subinterval we will consider is x0 to x3. इसके ऊपर n is equal to 3 substitute करके आप ये formula apply करोगे, then you will have the Simpson's 1/3 rule for the first subinterval. Then we will go for the second subinterval x3 to x6 and so on. So finally, when you have x0 to xn, the composite rule, this integration is approximated as h का coefficient जो है that is 3/8. That's why it is called Simpson's 3/8 rule. y0 plus yn as usual, as in the previous methods as well, sum of extreme values, plus here in this case you have to consider twice sum of multiples of y values having suffixes as multiple of 3. That means y6, next multiple will be 9 and so on. So this is yn minus 3 तक जाएगा वो, right? And then 3 times all remaining values. So remaining values में आपका यहाँ पर y0 आ गया, y3 आया, तो y1, y2, y3 ऑलरेडी आ गया है, तो नेक्स्ट क्वांटिटी विल बी y4, y5 भी नहीं आया है, तो वो कहाँ तक जाएगा? It will go up to yn minus 1. So in our notation, we can write this as 3h by 2, sum of extreme values plus twice sum of y multiples with 3, sum of y values with suffixes multiple as 3. So that's why t plus 3 times remaining values. So this is called composite Simpson's 3/8 rule. You have to remember this formula, okay, for the example purpose. I have directly given you the formula for this one. You can derive if you wish by taking n is equal to 3 in this case, right? तो computations जब भी आप करोगे तो आपको पता चलेगा कि multiple of 3 जब भी y value आती है तो that occur twice, whereas all other remaining values occur thrice in the expression. That's why the composite Simpson's 3/8 rule having this formula. Okay, so all of you are clear about what is trapezoidal rule from the numerical quadrature, Simpson's 1/3 and 3/8 rule from the numerical quadrature. Yes or no? Please raise your hand if you are yes. If you are saying yes. Okay. Fine. Out of 57, there are only 30 students who have a clear-cut idea about these methods. What other people are doing, I don't know. They are just virtually present, I think. Okay, before moving ahead for the example, I would like to give you the notice about this two methods we have derived. That means if you see the first method, the case n is equal to 2, that means it is corresponds to Simpson's 1/3 rule, in which we have considered this subinterval of length 2. Here also it is of length 2. Here also it is of length 2. So each time when you want to apply the Simpson's 1/3 rule, your number of subinterval has to be even in number. Why? Because from this one only you can see. Suppose if I consider x0, x1, x2, suppose you are given total number of data points as this one, okay? x4, x5. Suppose ये 6 number of data points you are given, x0 to x5, and corresponding y values you are given. If I ask you the apply the Simpson's 1/3 rule, then what will happen? From this procedure, first ये जो सब इंटरवल है इसके लिए Simpson's 1/3 rule अप्लाई होगा, फिर ये सेकेंड इंटरवल के लिए जो लेंथ 2 का हम ले रहे हैं उसके लिए अप्लाई होगा. Then here it is half of the length. We don't have this point. Actually, we require this point to evaluate the further calculation. If you avoid these points in the calculation, your approximation will not be better, right? So you can't avoid this point. And if you want to evaluate this interval, you have to include this data point, but it is not given. So in this case, whenever you want to apply the Simpson's 1/3 rule, your number of subinterval, that means this is first subinterval 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 है तो नहीं है, अगर ये आ जाता है then you are okay with it. Means the subintervals has to be even in number. If they are not even in number, you can't apply Simpson's 1/3 rule. Similarly, if you observe, when we have derived this Simpson's 3/8 rule, we have taken n is equal to 3. That means total number of subintervals length as 3. नेक्स्ट इज 3. फिर जब भी आपको ये नेक्स्ट इंटरवल लेना है तो ये 3 डेटा पॉइंट्स आपके पास चाहिए. तो इन दिस केस व्हेनेवर यू वांट टू अप्लाई सिम्पसन्स 3/8 रूल, द नंबर ऑफ सब इंटरवल हैज टू बी मल्टीपल ऑफ 3, क्योंकि यहाँ पर एक सब इंटरवल, दूसरा और तीसरा, तभी आप इवेल्युएट कर पाओगे. अदरवाइज इफ दे आर मल्टीपल इन 3 देन ओनली यू कैन इवेल्युएट इट, अदरवाइज you can't evaluate integral using Simpson's 3/8 rule. So there is a no criteria to apply rectangle rule and trapezoidal rule, whereas if you want to apply Simpson's 1/3 and 3/8 rule, your total number of subintervals has to be even if 1/3 rule, and it is a multiple of 3 when you want to apply Simpson's 3/8 rule. So you have to remember this one whenever you apply these two rules to the examples. Okay. So from this note, let me consider one example so that idea about all these methods gets clear. So first example, very simple example I will take so that all these methods clear. So compute integral -3 to 3 x square dx using rectangle, trapezoidal, Simpson's 1/3 and Simpson's 3/8 rules by taking step size 1. So if you observe, just we are given the upper limit, lower limit of the integration, integrand as a function, and we are given 4 rules we have to apply by taking step size h. No data points, no corresponding y values we are given, that we have to construct, right? So initial point we are given. So let me consider f of x as x square, that is the integrand which we want to evaluate, a, that is the lower limit, b, that is the upper limit, h, that is given step size as 1, right? Then now we will construct the table consisting of x values and corresponding y value, that is f of x. So first one is -3 point we are given. We have to consider the step size 1. So in this case, I will draw it over here. -3. Then step size 1. So next point is -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Right? This is your endpoint. So -3 to 3, the given interval. We have splitted it by considering step size 1. So next point is -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. F of x we are given as x square, that means square of this quantity. So it is 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, 9. All positive quantity because square we have taken. So now how many total number of data points we are given? How many subintervals we have? So can we apply Simpson's 1/3 rule? Can we apply Simpson's 3/8 rule? I am asking you the question. Give me the answer.
No.
Which rule will not be applicable?
Simpson's 1/3 and 3/8.
rectangle rule is applicable, yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Trapezoidal rule will be also applicable because there is no criteria. What about Simpson's 1/3 rule? 1/3 rule के लिए क्या चाहिए हमें?
Even numbers.
Data.
किसके इवन नंबर्स किसके चाहिए? डेटा पॉइंट्स के नहीं, सब इंटरवल्स का इवन नंबर चाहिए. टोटल नंबर ऑफ सब इंटरवल्स हैज टू बी इवन इन नंबर. तो यहाँ पे आप सब इंटरवल्स देखोगे तो फर्स्ट सब इंटरवल इज दिस वन, सेकेंड वन, थर्ड वन, फोर्थ वन, फिफ्थ वन एंड सिक्स्थ वन. तो सब इंटरवल्स टोटल कितने हुए? 6. 6 is an even number, therefore 1/3 rule is applicable. It is multiple of 3 as well, so Simpson's 3/8 rule is also applicable. Is it clear? टोटल नंबर ऑफ डेटा पॉइंट अगर आप देखने जाओगे ना तो x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6 है. ये y0, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5 and y6. Total number of data points we are given 7. Whereas total number of sub intervals, it will be n in number. So n plus 1 is 7. So n is equal to 6. Therefore sub interval is 6, which is even in number as well as multiple of 3. So we can evaluate here Simpson's 1/3 rule from 1/3 rule, from 3/8 rule as well. Okay, so let us apply one by one all these methods. Do you have clear cut idea now which thing you have to keep in mind while taking the Simpson's 1/3 rule and 3/8 rule? Right, that is the total number of sub intervals, not the total number of data points. Is it clear to everyone? Anyone
for
having any
Simpson-
doubt? Yes.
And for Simpson's 1/3 rule, the sub interval should be even, and for 3/8, it should be a multiple of 3. Am I
Yes,
correct?
it is. Yes, you are correct. For 1/3 rule, it is multiple of 2, that means even in number. And for Simpson's 3/8 rule, it has to be multiple of 3. Which thing? Total number of sub intervals. क्यों? क्योंकि सब इंटरवल्स में आप देखोगे यहाँ पर जो हमने फॉर्मूला पूरा डिराइव किया हुआ है यहाँ पर, तो इसमें हमने 3 नोट्स लेके, मीन्स ये जो इंटरवल है उसमें 3 नोट्स लेके पूरा किया है. सब इंटरवल्स इवन इन नंबर हो गए, ये 1 और 2 पूरे जो सब इंटरवल्स लिए है वो. सिमिलरली जब हमने 3/8 रूल अप्लाई किया था यहाँ पर, तो सब इंटरवल्स जो भी है 1 2 3 इवन इन नंबर, 1 2 3 1 2 3, तो इट हैज टू बी इवन इन नंबर. तो total number of sub intervals even in number, then Simpson's 1/3 rule is applicable. If it is multiple of 3, then Simpson's 3/8 rule is applicable. Now is it clear to everyone? Please raise your hand. Very good. Okay, so let us consider now the solution of this example via one by one all rule. So first I will compute it with the rectangle rule. तो composite rectangle rule क्या कहता है? तो function will be always approximated as h times function values. कहाँ तक? y0, y1 plus up to plus, it will go up to yn minus 1, right? If you remember this, let me recall this. Yeah, here you can see that this is a composite rectangle rule. H times y0 plus y1 plus up to plus, it will go up to yn minus 1, right? So let us substitute the values over here. H is 1, our step size. y0, yn minus 1, this is yn, the last point is yn, so this is yn minus 1, y5. So we have to consider the sum of all these quantities with h multiplication. So 9 plus 4 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4 plus 9. So it is 9 plus 4 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4 plus 9 we can't consider, that is the end point. yn, हमें yn minus 1 तक ही जाना है. तो what is the simplification? What it will be?
18.
18 or 19? 19 it will be. 10, 14, 14 plus 4 18 plus 1 19. ट्रेपेजॉइडल रूल अगर हम अप्लाई करेंगे तो देयर इज नो क्राइटेरिया, तो वी कैन डायरेक्टली अप्लाई एंड इट्स एक्सप्रेशन इज एक्चुअली h by 2. ट्रेपेजॉइडल रूल है तो सम ऑफ एक्सट्रीम वैल्यूज प्लस ट्वाइस रिमेनिंग वैल्यूज, right? So in our case h by 2 extreme values, that is what are the extreme values in our case? So from the table you can see y0 and y6 are extreme values, other y1 to y5 are remaining values. So y0 plus y6 plus twice y1 plus y2 plus up to plus हो जाएगा y5 तक. तो that is equal to h is 1, y0 9 value, y6 also 9 plus twice y1 plus y2, 4 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4, right? So it is 4 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4. Simplify it and tell me the answer.
19, ma'am.
19 again, very good, it is the correct one. Since total number of sub intervals are 6, which is even in number, Simpson's 1/3 rule is applicable, right? So therefore integral a to b f of x dx will be approximated as 1/3 rule है तो h by 3 sum of extreme values plus 1/3 rule में आपको अगर याद हो तो it is 4 times odd suffixes of y and then 2 times remaining values, right? So in our case it will be h by 3 extreme values, that is y0 and y6 plus 4 odd suffixes में कौन कौन से नंबर आएंगे? तो नेक्स्ट क्वांटिटी पहले से y1 से स्टार्ट करेंगे, फिर y3 आएगा, odd suffixes में y5 भी आ जाएगा, right? एंड रिमेनिंग मीन्स y0 आ गया, y1 आ गया तो y2 नहीं आया है, प्लस y3 आ गया, y4 नहीं आया है, then y5 and y6 is the last point. So here we have to end our formula. So let us substitute one by one value. H is 1, y0 is 9, y6 is 9 plus 4, y1, y3, y5. This is y1, y3, sorry, this is y1, y3 and y5. So 4 0 4, so 4 0 4 summation and 2, y2 and y4 values are 1 1, y2 and y4. So this is 1 plus 1. What is this simplification?
I'm 18.
18. Very good. Since, so now we are going to apply Simpson's 3/8 rule, right? Let me give you the title. Simpson's 3/8 rule. So I can write, since the total number of subintervals are 6, which is multiple of 3. Simpson's triad rule is applicable, right? So therefore integral a to b f of x dx will be approximated as 3h by 8 sum of extreme values plus 2t, that is twice summation of y values with suffixes as multiple of 3 plus 3 times remaining values. So what will be in our case? Extreme values, that is y0 plus y6 plus 2. ऐसे कितने नंबर्स है जो मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 में है? सफिक्सेस जिनकी मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 में है, ऐसे कितने नंबर्स है?
एक ही नंबर है, 0.
एक ही नंबर आएगा, दैट इज y3, क्योंकि y6 तो आपने ऑलरेडी आगे कंप्यूटेशन में ले लिया है, तो जस्ट y3 नेक्स्ट मल्टीपल होगा y6, तो दैट इज द एंड पॉइंट यू हैव ऑलरेडी कंसीडर्ड, प्लस रिमेनिंग वैल्यूज, तो y0 आ गया, y1 y2 y3 आ गया है, तो वी विल नॉट कंसीडर इट, सो y4 y5 y6 आ गया है, तो वी हैव टू एंड अवर फॉर्मूला ओवर हियर. So let us substitute these values. 3 by 8, y0 9, y6 9, 2, y3 is 0, 3, then it is 4, 1, 1, 4 if I am not wrong. Let me verify. y1 4 1 1 4, yes, y1 y2 y4 y5, y1 y2 y4 y5, yes. So if you simplify this value, you are getting as
18.
18.
8. Very good. So from the numerical integration, you are getting 18. And actually, you know how to solve this integral. X square dx. This function is even. Therefore, this is twice of 0 to 3 x square dx. That is 2 integration of x square by 3 x cube by 3 0 to 3, so it is 2 by 3 27 minus 0, so you can see 18 is the correct answer, which is given you from the Simpson's triad rule as well as Simpson's 1/3 rule. Trapezoidal rule and rectangle rule giving you the answer 19. So actual answer, difference of actual answer and the expression from the trapezoidal rule and rectangle rule. So this is actually absolute error, that is unity you are getting. वो क्यों आया? क्योंकि हमने अप्रोक्सीमेशन में वो जो पोर्शन था रेक्टेंगल में, अपर पोर्शन, वो निग्लेक्ट किया है, ट्रेपेजोइडल में भी वो चीज निग्लेक्ट की है, दैट्स व्हाई वी आर हैविंग एरर पार्ट एज अ यूनिटी, right? Whereas the Simpson's 1/3 rule and triad rule give you the exact answer from for this example. More examples we will consider in the next class, where we will see which method will give you the better approximation. I hope that from this example, all of you have a clear-cut idea about all these 4 methods. If you are saying yes, please raise your hand. Okay, very good. I will consider more examples based on these 4 methods in the next class. You have to write down your name and ID number on each page if you upload your answer sheet, right? If it is not there, we have to think about it. So it is advisable that you write your name and ID number on each page, right? Further instructions I have already shared with you via mail. Go through that mail. If you have any doubt regarding the exam or instruction right now, please raise your query. Anyone having any doubt related to tomorrow's exam? If not, then all the best to all of you. You can leave this meeting.
Ma'am,
Yes, Trey.
ma'am, can you increase the time for MCQ submission till 9:30? 5 minutes more.
You? Why?
MCQ में मैम फिर भी
See,
15 मिनट कम लगते हैं.
15 मिनट क्यों कम लगेंगे? There are only 8 number of questions.
Still मैम.
I
मैम
have
थोड़ा
already
बफर टाइम
I have already drawn the paper, and I don't think so that for those 8 questions you will require more than 10 minutes actually. Though I have given you 5 minutes more, but you won't require more than 10 minutes to compute that MCQ.
Okay मैम.
Okay. You see to it tomorrow. If you find that you want more time, let me know.